I know, ladies and gentlemen, you're wondering, we're way behind. Where on earth have I been? Well, I got a good excuse. I got a good reason why we're about 90 minutes late or so. But we are right now in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that you most certainly helped build here, and the platform you most certainly helped another WWE legend come to. I'll get to that in a few minutes. But we're here with the debut episode of a man that is a Samoan dragon. He's a high chief, and he's one of my favorites inside the ring, outside the ring, and no, I'm not going to ask you about yesterday because after the last show we had on Sportzwire Radio previewing New Year's Vengeance, the last thing I want to do is really go in depth with that. But we're going to talk maybe in a different way here and talk about the Samoan Dragon and what his goals are, what his hopes are and aspirations, and who knows whatever else. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know I'm way behind, but like I said, I'll have an explanation for it. But I am going to give our guest that introduction in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform that he most certainly helped build and help us get to 1,380 subscribers, and the platform that most certainly Rhino just came to, World War Stud Bronson, James Fury, and the next WWE legend, which I'll talk about here in a few minutes. But now it is time to give our guest, as I stated that intro before, he is going to actually turn me into, let's just say, that head on like Felix Jones was on a silver platter at Winter Clash. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it now on Sportswire Radio, the number one global radio station. So with Without further ado, here on the Sports Report, number one global sports show. He's the Samoan Dragon. He's the briefcase holder and the IMF, which should get him any championship of his taking. His name is, simply put, a Sportswire Radio Hall of Famer. He is none other than the Samoan Dragon. Go. Drago!
Yeah.
Drago! My friend, how are we doing?
How are you doing, Uso?
How am I doing? Well, my power went out. I'll get to who just came on here before. But I got you on here, so all is well, and it's good to be back in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage.
That's great. I'm glad to be here. It's always a pleasure to be here. I want to give something to fans, other wrestlers, and as well as you, Tom. So appreciate being here. Thank you for the time. Let's do magic.
No, I'm sure we'll do plenty of magic here. I'm sure we'll talk about plenty of different things here, and obviously it's good to see you. And I'll get to who's coming on Sportswire later in a little while, but I want to do something different because tonight is not about what happened on Thursday's show, what is going on the last few weeks now. Because the last thing I want to do is do that because Mephisto and Ace Diamond, two people you know very well, they had this weird thing. They were in each other's screens. We had that whole thing with Anthony Steele and Mr. Brightside. I'm not even going there. And then the segment that you were a part of, where Omen Black is stapling himself with blood, Justin Parsley's somber, Soldier's not talking, you're trying to figure it all out. Felix Jones doesn't look like Justin Parsley anymore, and there was Jason Myers, so let's not even talk about that. But for those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, the platform you, Il Drago, and the IMF most certainly helped build, the platform that got us Rhino, World War Stud Bronson, James Fury, and another WWE legend I'll get to in a little while. What is your goals for 2025?
My goals for 2025. So,
yes.
Uso time, there would be
Yes.
no one more likely and more special to my heart to tell than you right now.
Oh, well, thank you.
One of my goals right now that I know right now that the High Chief has been working on designing his plan. People probably been wondering, people probably been guessing, is Drago hungry? Drago.
I would hope you would be.
Oh, I mean, I'm a dragon. I stay hungry, you know. I'm got that Samoan in me. We do love Waffle Houses. That is.
We don't have them here in New York City, just to let you know. We don't have them here.
Oh, that's sad. But you know, my uncle Carlito, he's got a couple places out there. I mean, maybe I'll come out there and see you, take you out to a place out there. So
no, I'll cover it. Trust me, I'll cover it. Don't worry about it.
I'll meet you halfway. How about that, so?
I'll take care of the bill, but continue.
But so one thing the High Chief has been incorporating a master plan on is who am I going to cash in on? What title? What's the goal behind this? With a lot of background talk and a lot of ish going on with the House of the Wolves and Penner's becoming with the foundation, and we found a sin just to join forces to try and take down the House of Wolves, and Midwest Express being part of the House of Wolves, and all these tag teams coming through, the Furious T's breaking up. There's a lot going on, and a new title that Prince is defending.
The Midwestern States Championship, man, you have history with.
Right, yeah. See, one thing that Samoans, you know, we've talked behind the scenes, we talked in the scenes. Yeah. I'm very religious with wrestling.
Yes.
Industry of the culture and the whole industry of it. So Samoan, to me, culture and wrestling is very important. So the United States title, the world title, all these titles like tag titles, these titles are very important. These are in the category goals of the Dragon. But the High Chief would like to touch gold.
You would?
This year? That would be a very promising thing to bring back to the tribal lands. So, gold.
Yes.
Traveling.
Travel. Staying. Please somewhere warmer, by the way, because we're all in this polar vortex right now. Please somewhere warmer.
I may be part Samoan, but, you know, I cold don't really bother me, but I don't like being in it too long. So
yeah, I gotta be honest. I really hate winter.
Yeah. I hate it too. I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, it's a love-hate thing. So you know,
all right.
Tribal thing going on. But other than that, there's a lot of things groundbreaking that I want to do. There's some other things outside of the industry that I'm pushing with the industry that I got planned. Possibly some type of cryptocurrency. We'll see about that.
All right, I do know a little bit about crypto.
Yeah, I'm in the works with that with my older Uso right now. So he's got a master plan. He's got a lot going on with that.
Nice.
So we'll start seeing me a lot more around other streams of mainstream areas, doing a lot of other things. IMF, on the other hand, what I want to do with IMF, as always, is entertain the fans. Make sure we do good for the roster. Make sure we do good for the industry. And help progress everything that IMF is to what we're already doing, the next level, like everyone else is on the roster. So the best thing to do is to stay committed and stay consistent and stay connected.
Yeah, I think that those are some reasonable goals. I think that I think everybody wants to at the end of the day. I'm hearing this a lot the last couple of weeks. People do want to, I think, do different things. People want to explore. I think people want to network more. So I think that those are things that are really exciting. You know, I got to ask, you know, we're talking about different places to go. I see the chat is alive. I want to thank some people. We'll thank them. And Obviously, I'm sure people do want to hear what I have to say about something I'll talk about in a little while, which is kind of what I posted on Instagram and Facebook, which maybe maybe it was a good thing. Maybe Drago, it was good to be 90 minutes late. I got a ton of people here. Maybe it was a good thing, but
Sometimes it's good to be late. Sometimes it's good to show up on time. Most times see, I usually try and be on time.
I'm very much an on time. Like I'm by the book.
Bad luck person. My mom used to raise me as our family's curse. So I know until growing up older that we probably got a hats on our family name or something.
Sure. So like, all right. So like, is there places? Is there different areas you'd like to visit in particular and such?
There's been a few places I've been thinking of. I'll give you a few names. I won't give everything. I won't spill the beans. Got to
don't do that. Don't do that.
Everything. But I know I am in talks. Not with who, I will say, but it would be big. It will be phenomenal if I can get it in Iowa to Palo. It would help IMF, and it would help this individual get them to their next level too.
Okay.
So
sounds good.
I won't say who, I won't say what, but there's something I'm working on. And I will say this: they are a fellow Samoan.
Wow.
I will say they're a bloodline Samoan, and when I mean blood, anytime I say anything like that, I mean with the big W. So because I don't want to get copyrighted. So
I can't say it on the air. I can't say it on the air, but there is. You are Samoan. There is a possibility of a Samoan member coming to this platform. I can't.
Okay.
That's big. It's a big one. If I say it, I might get my head shot.
Yeah, let's not jinx it. Let's not jinx it, also.
Yeah, we don't want to jinx it, but that's exciting, though. That's exciting.
So I will say this: Texas is on my mind.
Love Texas.
I might. I'll throw it out there. I'll be nice. I'll give a yeet out there for everybody. I might make an appearance at WCE. Maybe.
All right, well, Jovi's there, right?
Right. Yeah. Who's to say maybe Jovi don't need help one of these days and I show up for something, a fellow foundation member.
4 up, 4 down.
Yeah, 4 up, 4 down.
Don't tell Omen that. Don't tell Omen that. I think he's okay. I think he's dealing with your weather in Iowa.
It's still up. It's still 4 up, 4 down. He knows what it is. But no, and I will say this for the final answer.
Yes.
New York.
Oh well, you know what time it is there. I mean, we'd love to see that.
I've always wanted to wrestle in New York, Uso.
It's funny you said that. I ask guys a lot all the time that come on here, and I'm like, "You ever want to wrestle here?" And not that many of them have wrestled in New York. All the guys that come on here.
Promotions that I know out there personally, there's 2. I think my Uncle Carlos might be able to help me too. But I've always wanted to wrestle in New York. I remember I went up there twice my whole life when I was a little kid.
Okay. Where'd you go?
Carlos. I seen the Yankee Stadium. I didn't see the game or anything, but we drove by it and we went by it and everything.
Well, you want to laugh? You want to laugh? You want to hear something for the chat? We got a big turnout here tonight. I have never been to I never went to the old Yankee Stadium and the new Yankee Stadium. You know why? Because I grew up in Brooklyn, so the Bronx from Brooklyn as a kid was like out. It just felt like the other end of the world. So I was a Mets fan growing because I was like the underdog. So I never went to both Yankee stadiums. I never went there. Never did.
I like the Yankees, but it was never like. See, I like baseball was more of a kid thing for me. But it was always like my mom loved the Cubs, so it was like Yankees.
Okay.
She was like, "No, you like the Cubs," and it was like, "I think I like."
Right.
So it was.
All right, I'm cool with that. But yeah, New York, I would love to see you in New York. I mean, I know, I would love to see that. New York would be an exciting thing, I think.
I would love to come up there. I haven't been up there since I went up there with my mother, so it would be something nice. It would be something sentimental to me to go up there with my family, do some wrestling, possibly see my Uncle Carlos if he's up there.
I hope he is. I hope so.
Tom, Bryce.
Well, I would like to meet you. Yeah, I would like to meet you. I mean, I met Gabe Sayers, but it was like 8.
And I still got to give you a pair of Ula follows.
You don't have to. You know what I'm going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm the high chief.
I'm the high chief. I am.
You are.
Right. but you're the high chief of streaming and podcasting.
No, I think
But
Comatose is going to
how about
take
that?
over for me because Comatose did 3 streams. I think Comatose will take over, but Comatose wants to kill me now. But I tell you what I am going to do for you. We're going to do this once a month because I got a good feeling about this. You're here next month. We'll do another segment next month.
Yeah.
Figure same time. We'll do earlier. Obviously, I don't think I'll have a big name to talk about in a minute, but
Yeah.
I'm going to put you formally as a solo person in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. How you like that? How you like that? You like that?
I appreciate. I'm up for it. You know me.
Yeah.
I
Well,
I appreciate it, and I would love to do this.
well, I think Justin Parsley's been in there too many times already. Other people
Oh,
need to get in.
maybe I'm coming through. No.
Well, he's got enough appearances in the Hall of Fame. Maybe it's
Yeah.
time to. But that's exciting that you want to go to these different places. How do you feel right now in your wrestling journey? You've been here in the IMF for a while. I've seen you here. You've definitely, caught my attention, a lot of people's attention here. So, how do you feel right now in your wrestling career so far?
At times, see, being a chief, there's a lot you deal with.
Sure.
I knew I didn't know, but I knew there's certain things that prep you, and I'll say maybe one of the things it's like being a father of others while you're
Mm,
a father to your family. So
mm.
so it's like I would say if anything, if you want to see, I guess, learn or anything, I'd say the only thing out there that would be able to prep you for anything like that, because like I grew up differently from the Samoan culture,
Oh,
so
okay. That's interesting.
so yeah, right. So like I didn't really know. I knew we had Islander or Pacific whatever in us, but I always thought it was like Hawaiian type. I didn't take it serious. And then I found out later on it was Samoan, so it's Samoan
Hmm.
Hawaiian. And then I was like, well, I want to dive more into my Samoan culture. So I did that. And I tell you, I've never regretted doing anything in my whole life. Wrestling's never been something I regretted. Has there been things that I thought about that I did with other promotions and people that I was like, I got taken advantage of? Yeah. Has it affected me in present time? Probably, yeah, mentally thinking. But what I will say for others that do struggle with things like mental problems or because these are, I'll cut through the curtain real quick. These are not just gimmicks and personalities and a lot of us that wrestle and do these things, whether it's backyarders, trampoliners, pros, or independent pro wrestlers like me or people like Steel
And then
or
there's
that are
guys
going
like
up there,
Rhino, and then
owners
there's the
getting
guy that I'm going to announce
coaches
in
in the ring.
15
So
minutes. Yep. Yep.
people from ROEW that are doing this, we put a lot of our own personality, what we grew up on, what we went through, our adolescence and life into these gimmicks. So like breaking it down when fans come out to these shows, that's why we do a lot of these things. If you ever wonder why, it's because most of us just want to entertain you. We love coming out here, and wrestling's always been a part of our life. So it's good to give back. And
Yeah.
so my thing is everyone knows me, everyone knows how I move. So my whole thing is I'm happy. I think for you're going to keep seeing Drago for a long time. I think the people want to see Drago for a long time.
I want to see you for a long time. I mean, I hope you
I
ain't
mean,
going anywhere.
hopefully I can keep doing this long enough to move from high chief to tribal chief. I mean, they were chanting it a couple shows ago, so we'll see though.
What is that? You know what? Let me ask you a question though. What is it like when those fans they chant your name, they cheer for you? I see your family, and by the way, happy birthday to your other half. Happy belated birthday. I mean, like, what is it like when you're out there in these shows? You guys get these big crowds, and the people are cheering for you. What is that like?
I will say this: for the kids that are watching, for the people that want to know, for the
Yeah.
fans, for the younger wrestlers that are just starting out, that get nervous and are starstruck, anything like that. I'll tell, like I was saying the last show behind the curtain to some of these younger guys is I'll tell them like someone told me a long time ago.
What?
Uh, Treat every match like it's your last match.
Yes, there's an old analogy.
Yeah.
Live every breath like it's your last. Yep.
Yeah. Treat your last match like your first match, so you know when to walk away. So my whole thing is that when they start chanting your name, when you get nervous, when you go out there, the butterflies never go away. Sometimes they move. They go from your stomach to your chest, to your heart, to your head. It's in all different areas, but you got to learn. And as like I said, it's adolescence to these things. There's levels to these things, and as you perform more and you learn how to do these things more, professional, backyard, trampoline, or it doesn't matter, and you start adjusting and adapting, you start learning how to appreciate. So, and don't take it as I'm saying no one knows how to appreciate anything. Take it as energy wise.
Mm,
So I know one reason why a lot of people like working with me is because not only do I know how to wrestle real well and work
mm-hmm.
with people, but I know how to
Sure.
read a crowd.
Well, you seem
So
like, and knowing you, like, again, I haven't wrestled you, obviously, but like, you seem, yeah, I know, right? People would love.
yeah,
I'm sure there's people in the chat that would love, me to go to the Wolves, but,
uh,
like yeah, I try to kid,
it fits
but
in.
you do, yeah, it's the mutton chops. But I mean, you seem like a good, humble guy. You seem like easygoing.
Yeah,
Like you seem like if I were a wrestler, right? And again, I speak to a lot of different people. You would be personality wise one of those guys I'd want to be in the ring with because obviously safety is the most important thing. Obviously, how you perform and your opponent and working with them. I would kind of think that your kind of personality is what you want because you don't want to go into a match with like like I hold this. You
yeah,
want to go into level headed.
yeah. You don't want to go in there like you said. You don't want to go in there at a raw situation. You want to go in there at like I always go in there. I always have a little prep before I do anything, and it doesn't really matter. It's not really for me. It's more so I'm in that state. So it's more so how do I prep them for me? So I
Right.
put myself in the outer state of thinking, is this more so just wrestling or is this entertainment, emotion, all this stuff? So like I tell everyone, if anyone wants to wrestle with me, I'm going to pull the best out of you, whoever you are. If you don't think you're interested in wrestling me, I can change your mind real quick.
Why would they? Wow, 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 wow.
No,
Why
no,
would
no, no,
you
no,
not
no, no,
want to
no.
wrestle you?
Not
Why
you, Tom. Not
would,
you, Tom. But there's a first time for everything, Tom. We can get you in the ring and pay
Yeah,
well.
I'm sure there's a lot of people in this chat where boy I order, but no, I mean seriously, but I would think a lot of people that you work with would like to wrestle you
Oh
because
yeah,
of
yeah,
those things.
yeah, yeah. So back, not to get back off topic, but
No, 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 no.
when like you said originally, when they start chanting, a couple shows ago when they started chanting Tribal Chief, I did get a little emotional at
You
a moment.
did?
Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah, because for a while now, like I said, I'm the high chief of my family.
Yes.
So you get
That's
that
cool.
honor, you get that respect, you get that homage. So like when your dad and everyone's calling you high chief and all that stuff. So to to feel that animosity, the energy and all that stuff building up, and at the show, the fans are chanting it. It's like, oh my god, like have I reached that level yet? And it's like,
Sure.
then again, is Roman Reigns going to attack me out of nowhere because he's mad? So I don't know. So like, I'm not doing it, but it's no pressure. So I would say it's the best feeling ever. To the adults, it's like a drug, I guess, but it's better than that.
Okay.
To the kids, it's like being good all year, getting grades all year, trying to do the best you can, and your parents or Santa or whatever, you asked for that one thing you wanted all year or your all life, and you woke up one day and you got that. You unwrapped it and you got it. That's how it feels. Exactly how you thought it was. Better, but better.
You ever get asked for an autograph? And what's that like when you get asked for an autograph?
Uh, so I just started recently, a couple shows ago, maybe about 4 shows ago. I was doing T-shirts before that mainly. I just started doing pictures and autographs about 4 or 5 shows ago. I've sold a couple. I've gave some away. So usually I'll try and a couple shows ago, like 2 shows ago, I'll try and get around on intermission, usually before or after the matches, or even try after the show to get the attention of the fans. Because not only do I try and sell merch, but my fiance has pillows and blankets. We also have
Yes, I heard about that. I heard
yeah,
about
we also have like Mephisto, IMF merch, Foundation merch. and I think there's also steel merch for the steel
Oh,
fans
there's
out
Steel
there.
merchandise. I know
There should be
Steel.
I say there should be a House of Wolves and all that coming. So there's only more to come. So
Yeah, I'm
the good
sure.
thing is like it's good for everyone that's like got it going on.
That's
So if
cool.
you're a fan and you like coming to the shows, don't be afraid to buy shirts. If you're online and you're looking and you're wondering, don't be afraid to ask. Message IMF Wrestling
Well, do you
page.
see when you're at these shows? We're here with Il Drago from the debut episode of the High Chief Talks here on Sportswire Radio. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice figuratively and literally where all wrestling matters. Do fans get afraid to speak with you and the rest of the guys? Did that ever come up where some people are
Oh,
just like, they don't know because you're in character? Is that a thing? I mean, I'm just curious for the chat.
so the show where I faced Felix,
Yes.
there was a fan. It was caught on camera. There was a heckler, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why, but so I guess there was a moment he got scared. There was a moment after the match during intermission when I was doing signings and autographs for a couple kids and some parents. And I think I sold a shirt or two and some pictures and autographs, and my girl sold some pillows and stuff. But
Nice.
he came up and he was like, "Hey man, I'm you know he was real apologetic, and I had to let him know it's entertainment, it's business, you know." You're doing your job as a fan. I'm doing my job, so ain't nothing more to it. I wouldn't go around smacking talent, though, because then you're asking, you're
Yeah, you
asking
know
for.
what? I mean, that's listen, when you all do in the ring, I don't understand why people would want to like with what you guys all do to
You
like.
would be surprised. I say my first time ever getting in the ring or being involved in a wrestling
Mhm,
ring, professionally wise,
mhm.
uh, there was a heck. I watched somebody get
But why
knocked
would
out.
they want to
So,
like you all are like really talented performers. You put your
yeah,
bodies through so much.
yeah.
You all can
But
physically do a
there's
lot of
people
things. So
out
why
there
would
like
somebody want to attack all of you? I don't understand.
there's fans out there that watch it enough that think they might be there's just that state of mind sometimes where like they want to try it and they think they're ready, or
But do you
sometimes
try martial arts if you don't know how to do it? You know
sometimes
what I'm
they feel
saying?
like, or it's a personal vendetta, or the storylines are so deep that's heat, that's what we want, and it gets taken too serious sometimes. So
Hmm. Well, that's I don't know. Do you ever worry about your safety out there in terms of like people, hecklers and such? Is that something you ever concerns you or no?
I've never I grew up different than an average person, so I've never really, I've never been worried about a fan, no.
Because there was this movie. It was a movie came out years ago. It was called The Fan. It was Wesley Snipes and it was Robert De Niro. And he was this like obsessed fan. He just wanted,
Yeah.
Wesley Snipes was playing the Barry Bonds at the time. Was a big baseball player for those that may or may not remember. And he was like, it was even to the point, I think, like the end of the movie, he wanted to kill him in the ring. He was killing the other players. And I mean, let's not go to that level, but
But yeah, yeah.
I just was wondering because you guys get some big crowds that you get some heated
Yeah.
crowds, especially the last couple shows. And is that ever something that ever crosses your mind or anything?
No, I've never really been too worried. That like IMF has security. Most promotions have security. So if anything does, like, I mean, if anything, there's been moments of a rise, but like I said, there's moments after where things get back in under control. So I've never really been worried about it. If so, I mean, I guess it'll be on YouTube later.
Oh, I'm
So,
sure. But I was curious. What do you enjoy most about being out there? What do you enjoy about wrestling most?
uh, I would say I had the easy appreciation of before I actually started doing a lot of professional wrestling. I went out
Sure.
and indie wrestlers, pro wrestlers, WWE legend wrestlers. And I think that at the time that was like what brought me to the mindset in the back of the locker room that I had.
Mm,
So I think what I'm more so happy with now is meeting the fans during during the shows, after the shows, the experience of wrestling, the people that I wrestle.
that's cool.
One thing I've always promised, I promised my mom before she passed was, she made me promise her to bring back classic style wrestling with my wrestling. So if you ever wonder why does Drago do this or that, and then it's kind of like old fashioned, that's why.
But
So yeah,
what inspires you then in your wrestling set? What wrestlers or certain things that inspire you?
I would say there's a lot. There's a lot. I would say there's a lot. There's Samoan wrestlers in there. Bruno Sammartino's in there. There's a lot of. I'm a real junkie wrestler fan originally. If you want to look at it as the aspect of,
Sure.
if you want to know what my schedule is before a match, like before I show up,
Right?
that whole month, that whole week, whatever, is probably me just studying a whole bunch of wrestling. If you saw me at Walmart just walking around outside of wrestling, it'd probably be me watching black and white wrestling on YouTube.
Okay. Okay.
Getting my son's favorite pizza or something. So like
So what's the pizza like in Iowa? Just real quick. I'm a New York guy.
oh
What is it
I got
like? I
I
mean,
got
I
I
hope
got
they
an
don't lose
Italian
you
place
for
out
asking
here.
that.
There's an Italian place out here with some decent pizzas. So
Okay.
I won't say the name, but if you want to know and you're near and you
Yeah,
want
I
to,
mean, I
message
was
with
just curious.
Drago Wrestling page, I'll let you
I'm
know
in,
the name.
yeah, but you black and white wrestling, and that's pretty cool. And you have Samoan dynasty is the greatest,
Yeah,
family of any sort in wrestling history now. I mean, it's just, it's like a list longer than I think, I don't know, maybe like confetti that gets thrown up in the air with the New Year's balls in New
oh
York
yeah,
here
we're
in
getting
Times
there.
Square.
It's a real tree with roots and branches, and it's still growing.
Does that give you pressure though? Do you ever feel pressure being a part of that and such?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
So like I said, I think you might remember. I said it a long time ago when
Yeah,
I first popped up on Sportswire.
yeah.
I have to set my own stone. I have my own
You
bloodline.
did, yeah. I remember that. I
I
remember
have
that.
my own tribal family. I have I'm not a Fatu and Awe. I just now recently found out, you know, a little more about my dad's mom, which is where the Samoan comes from. So I can say it's challenging because I don't want to. Here's my thing: I don't ever
Well,
like doing things that are currently popular. To say
you want to make your own path.
yeah, exactly. So already like carrying the Ulafalas around is like, oh, Roman Reigns and a lot like, nah, I'm not Roman Reigns. I'm Il Drago. Like this is why I
Right.
break it down. Like if you want to really break it down, you want, oh, this don't make sense, this and that. Il Drago originates from my mom, from her Italian side. Il Drago literally translates to the dragon from Italian. So at when I first was in backyard starting to try and get in pro wrestling, I was running the Dragon. That was kind of the first American Mitch Dragon is what I was trying to run.
Oh, okay. That's pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
then Daniel Bryan signed to AEW and became the American Dragon. So I
Yeah.
couldn't do
Well,
that. So
yeah.
I remember my mom said Il Drago. So I was like, that kind of had a ring to it. So I ran with it. And then I
Yeah, it
was
does.
always
It just catchy. It's like I
yeah,
remember that.
yeah, it,
I
it,
remember
it
that.
had a ring to it. And then people kind of it picked up. People were calling me Drago all the time, and I'm used
Yeah.
to
How many people go Drago?
in Davenport. It's kind of a normal thing now. Like
You must
everywhere
hate
I
it though.
go,
You must hate that. You seriously must hate that, right?
I've learned to love it. I'll tell you that. You
No,
can ask my
stop.
wife about it. You ever come to a show, you meet her,
Yeah.
you can ask her about it. When I
How
first
does she
started,
feel about it? How
that,
does she feel about it?
she doesn't mind it too much.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
she's okay with everything. She's a good sport with everything. So
This is,
she loves
Drago. It was Rocky Four, and other people.
it.
Just yeah, they're always you got that in there. It's
Yeah.
pretty
So
interesting.
so my whole thing is like I don't ever want to step on the toes of what the big W's doing. And
Yeah.
since we're with IMF, it's like we're in the Midwest. My whole thing coming back from my mom passing and making sure I do
Our
everything
thoughts and
good.
prayers are always with you on that.
But
We
appreciate
want
it,
to pray for you
Uso.
on that.
And
Sure.
trying to be professional and do everything was, she always wanted when she was growing up, she always wondered how come there's no middle region area? You know, so
Yeah, it's a good point.
she grew up through the NWAs,
Mid Souths,
yeah,
UWA. Yeah.
all the old school stuff, and that was her main thing. Was like there was some stuff in Wisconsin, Louisiana, and stuff like that, but it was never a Midwestern region.
Iowa and
Right, and then WWF/E took over, and then it was
yeah, they didn't
WCW.
really. I guess in those territory days, WWF really wasn't like in Wisconsin or Iowa as much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back then they were in like the territories.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so my whole thing was coming into wrestling was how can I help spark that Midwestern region and pay homage not only to all this wrestlers around me, the local wrestlers, the wrestlers that touched WWE, the wrestlers that I wrestled with, but also my mom. So it was like with Palo with IMF, it's like I'm doing exactly probably what she wanted. And, you know, there's times that I had talks with Soldier and he's like, you know, your mom's proud of you and all this stuff. And it's
Yeah, I
like,
think she is
yeah,
proud of you
yeah,
because look at what you're doing. You're a huge part of things in the IMF. You're
yeah,
moving up the ladder. You always look great out there. I know. I'm going to say, I know you post some things sometimes on Facebook. There's a lot
yeah.
of people that love you out there. A lot of people really,
I
I
appreciate
love
that.
having you on here. I know life is hard. I know people, go through things, but there's a lot of fans, a lot of people I know that come here. They love seeing you. I love seeing you here.
Yeah,
I think you add really a lot to the IMF. I think you do a great job. And and I think that your mom would very much be proud of you. Look at your role in Summer Bash you play. You had some great stuff you did
yeah,
there.
yeah,
You're moving up the ladder in the IMF and other places. You want to travel. I think you got a lot to look forward to. I know people are going to say, oh, you always say it, but I do believe the best is yet to come. I
yeah.
really do believe that you're going to do a lot of great things. I mean, you're going to be up there with Rhino.
Yeah. I hope so one day. I know, and I'll say this right now on air. It's been a personal goal because I'll bring it up because I don't like bringing up backyard back in the day.
No, you can bring up. Listen, you can bring up anything with me.
Oh yeah, I know. It's it's like a lifestyle mindset thing. But I won't dive into that. We'll wait another episode for that.
Oh, okay.
So,
No, it's your show. It's you. You
oh
tell
yeah,
me.
well shit. Oh, sorry about that.
No,
But
no,
no,
it's okay.
so
You're good. You're
I
good.
once wrestled for a broke down wannabe company that didn't succeed, but it was an IWR company and it was a ripoff.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
always trying to change the name, but I always promised myself because I knew about Rhino's company that I was like, one day I'm gonna show up there.
Really, in
And,
Monroe,
and
Michigan. Wow.
I just had a warm heart when you uploaded that episode of you and
Really?
Rhino.
Why? Why
Yeah.
did you have a special heart for them?
Oh
For what
my god.
reason?
Because so
Why?
Rhino was a very well known name in my household.
Oh, well, a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people.
so
Sure.
for one, he's very well loved, and he's a very well known name in my household. My cousin, my brother, me, my girls watch that episode. They all
I
love it.
appreciate that. Yeah, I got a lot of people that have said that.
We appreciate Rhino and we appreciate you, Tom, for having that episode. So
Well, I think there'll be another one in a little while that I'll
I
talk
hope
about.
so.
Oh,
So
no, there's another episode. No, no, no. There's another one here coming up. But no, that's really great. I'm excited about the show. A lot of people are here. I want to get to the chat. There's so
yeah,
many
let's get
people
to
here.
the chat.
There's a lot of people here, and
All
I
right.
know they've been waiting for me. I mean, poor Comatose and Zilla was like, "Where was Tom?" I got an explanation for that. Trust me. There you go. That's Mr. McCoy. Mr. McCoy. Yeah, who's by the way, he was here last, and he didn't say anything.
Chief. Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah, well, you know what time it is, and the time was for him not to talk. Zillow wasn't the first comment. By the way, Johnny Walker is here. You can't drink Johnny Walker, and he says THC, THC. There you go. The high chief
Another
is here.
upcoming rising star now.
Yes, Johnny is. I think Johnny and I follow each other on TikTok. TikTok is back, by the way. So
yes.
Yeah, in case you missed it, TikTok's back. Well, there you go. Zilla's saying hello to the Ox McCoy in the House of Wolves, but Il Drago's here. But then she says THC. Thank you for that. Thank you, Zilla. I appreciate that. Gotta say hello to Dakota. Dakota's here. I mean, she's trying to get to
Hello.
5. Somebody here in the chat, she's trying to get to 500 subs. She's like, I don't know, 10 away, whatever it
Help
is.
her out. Get them subs out to her.
Get the subs up for her. If I would give her, I'd give her all my 1,400 or whatever it is. But unfortunately, YouTube doesn't allow that. But if you're here in the chat, there's a lot of you. Go out there and hit a sub button for her page. She's trying to get 500 subs. She's working multiple jobs. She's trying to be out there at all the IMF shows. She loves wrestling. Go out there and support her. She's your favorite Uso. My guest Wednesday night, Mr. Yoshi Matsuda. I think I should do this in a little while. Mr. Matsuda created a theme song for me. He actually, no joke, he created a theme song for me. And I got to thank Mr. Matsuda. He's here on Sportswire coming up on Wednesday night. We'll be here, I think, 9 o'clock Eastern time. So let me pull it up. I think I might have it in front of me.
I say let's start incorporating it, like, before you start the stream.
I can't do that, but what I can do is people want to hear my intro. Rhino liked it, and somebody else liked it, which we'll get to. But let's go like this. I'll take this off. I'll go like this. I'll put this up, and we'll play a minute of it here. But thank you, Mr. Matsuda. But there you go. He played my song. There you go. Like brand new music.
You said you never wanted him anyway, but now my bro a fucking podcast heavyweight. My homie appears every single fucking day, and he can remember any damn fucking name. Always greets the homies in a friendly way. Been on the grind, now he deserves a getaway. These stupid
we don't want to get away.
No getaway. Every single episode, he's remained the very same. Anytime, any fucking place. Any town, any fucking state. He never took the fucking easy way. He's done way more than any claim. The Reverend and more. He goes by many names. Say thanks to the podcast go. Ranking up, lost past the road. He looks at all casts to promote. Long past, now you can't denote. All the time left past to devote. Let's say thanks.
All right, what do we think? I play the rest of the song, but if you want to follow it and watch the news video, what do you think?
It's almost there,
I liked it. I mean,
it's pretty decent.
It was good. It was good. Mr. Matsuda took time out of his day to do something very nice for us.
I always pay homage to anyone putting in work to their masterwork.
He does. He's very accomplished. He's a triple threat. We love Mr. Matsuda. He's here Wednesday night. Speaking of people that just interviewed James Taylor and Chase Wakefield, by the way, says he's going to the IMF, Mr. Comatose himself. Let me give my friend Comatose, the man that I think will eventually take over for me. But he's got a YouTube channel. I watched the first 2 shows. I'll explain why I didn't watch the 3rd show. But he has a YouTube channel. He's got James Taylor, he just interviewed, who you shared a locker room with. Yeah. Chase Wakefield, who wants to share a locker room with you. So check out those shows. And I really recommend Comatose to anybody's podcast. So check him out. Definitely, you won't want to miss it. And thank you, Comatose, for your support there. We're going to take I got the wrong page up, but we'll put Comatose's YouTube channel up. There we go. That's that. But there's Comatose. Follow Comatose. And we'll appreciate everybody who does hit the sub button there. And he says, Salufe Latarico. Can you tell me what that means? Because I'm from Brooklyn. What does it mean in Samoan?
I believe he says something about me.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. I want to say hello to my guest. Now, my guest Saturday night. Good news is that you're not going to have the same thing. His name is really the Psychotic Freak, and he got attacked on air on Sportswire. So good news is you got the doors are closed, but you're a high chief, so don't have to worry about that. But thank you, Mr. Freak, for tuning in here. Good afternoon, high chief. Well, it's evening now, but we love Comatose. My buddy Cameron Cage is in the house. Cameron's one of my buddies who shared a locker room with James Taylor and Anthony Steele. So 2 men you know well. Love Cameron. Cameron's one of my favorites. Thank you, Zilla. Thank you for that. A lot of people want to talk. My friend Rob Ryan from Wrestling Zero from the land down under.
Nice to meet you, so nice to
talk. We love our people.
See you again, right? We talked to him, right?
Yes, many times. He's a good friend. Good friend. He was sick. He's got. Oh, I'm sorry. He got pneumonia. Pneumonia is a serious thing.
I
My
hope you
mother
get
had
better.
pneumonia once, and she didn't shake it for weeks. She probably would have liked to have shook me off, but instead she had pneumonia for 3 weeks.
Mm,
Not recently. This was like a long time ago. She's not
okay.
listening right now, so she doesn't care. But my buddy Abraham Storm is in the house. Abraham Storm, the thunderous one. Abraham Storm is in the house. Let me give Abraham a nice little plug. We'll come back to him because I can't find. I got it right here. There you go. Abraham's in the house. I know he was messaging me on Instagram earlier. Thank you, Abraham, for your support. I appreciate you very much. And we'll come back to you in a little while. I think I got your YouTube link up. We'll come back to that. I got a lot of comments to get through. Mr. Darkron is in the house. There he is. Speaking of, you know what time it is.
Dark Ron.
The host of the host with the most, Mr. Darkron, the man that hosted 2 summer bashes. I wish he'd be hosting 3, but Mr. Kron is closing in on 1,000 subscribers. He's 12 away.
I
So-
say, I did have the opportunity to go against at Summer Bash, which
Yes.
I appreciate the opportunity. So shout out to Dark Kron.
Love Darkron. Love Mr. Kron.
love
Yep,
these
Mr.
people, so-
Kron gives a lot of people opportunities. If you're here right now, he's 12 subscribers away from 1,000. Go hit a sub button for him. How you doing, Drago? That's what Rob Ryan would like to know.
How are you doing? So we're all doing fine. I'm doing
Good.
fine. Thank you.
Good. Dakota says Iowa is -1 today. -1. Wow.
Yeah, I might go to the islands. I don't know.
Yeah, I think we all should go to the islands.
Yeah. Well, let's do it. A vacation this year.
Yeah, vacation. Well, according to Matsuda, there's no vacations here. Thank you very much for that. My buddy, Mr. Ace Reed from Australia, the land down under. I was speaking with Ace yesterday, and he's coming to America. Maybe he's coming to Iowa this summer. Who knows?
I hope so.
Speaking of
Iowa
people,
is a nice place to come to if you want.
I would love. Ace Reed's one of my longtime buddies. He was the host of the Wired Up podcast, and this guy here always causing trouble here. Always just instigator. The hall monitor. Did he get the? I think he got the. He got the tension. There he goes. Hello to the goat. Yep, we love Zilla. Thank you, Comatose. Just I don't know if he's Justina Parsnip. That's a Okay, well, thank you for that. Wasn't Iowa -5 while we were there? It was so cold it hurt.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was
that cold it hurt? Damn.
It was cold the other night. It was real cold.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you know what? I'm not going to complain because, like, here in New York, it'll be like 22, and that, like, for us would be like what you guys have. So I'll have to maybe rain check my complaints. Hello there. Hello to Ace Reed. We love and appreciate Ace Reed. We love Justin Parsley. But you might, you could take that title from. You got the briefcase. You could theoretically take that title.
I don't know. Maybe Donnie and the
Donnie's here, by the way.
Hey, Donnie. Yeet. For now, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe Donnie or somebody can. I don't know. Maybe talk to the PWF. Maybe we can make something.
I actually I actually own 1/3 of it. So I mean,
I thought about it. I will say
I would give you. I would vote to give you a shot, but I only give you 1/3 of the vote. I don't have the majority.
Yeah.
The other two guys, shall name nameless.
I'll let you know this. I got my eyes on. I got my eyes on something.
Well, Justin Parsley should have eyes on warmer weather. It was -5 last night at the show, and it dropped after. There he is. Dirty is here. You know what time it is. My brother, great job last night. I appreciate everything. And we appreciate Donnie. And it's Island Week this week. It's Island Week this week. Oh, okay. I would think the Samoan term. That was good. Speaking of new champions.
I need to go to the island.
You know what? I live on Staten Island, but it ain't really an island. It's really just a place that's too cold.
We can make it an island.
I think it's time to get out of there. But speaking of people, I do want to segue to my buddy Mr. Nathaniel Rage is here from West Virginia. Speaking of people that are dealing with lots of snow, he's been dealing with blizzards worth. He's got a YouTube channel. He just won a championship. Give him a follow. Give him a sub. We appreciate Nathaniel in Appalachia, West Virginia. A lot of people here on Sportswire want to talk to you. No problem, Dirty, but don't forget tonight is about Drago. The whole on to being gentlemanly like. Foundation is old hat. Well, it is old. I want to say hello to my buddy Silas Walker, and he's got a great place for Navon McDonald, NUW, which is Newburgh, New York, which is like it's not quite upstate New York, but it's not New York City. It's kind of like what they would call the Hudson Valley in New York. It's like central New York, if that makes sense.
Okay,
And
yeah,
they
yeah.
covered a lot of history. As a matter of fact, I think he'll quote me on it. They just had Jordan Oliver there, I actually know Jordan Oliver. He's a big-time pro wrestler who travels to Europe, and they just had him there in their company. And Yvonne McDonald's a guy that has been around a long time in the game, and he gives you a nice little suggestion there. Very well done there. Good call. Good catch. I like Silas. Silas is one of my buddies, and Silas has got a YouTube channel.
I will keep that down. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, definitely do that. Want to thank my buddy Billy Belcher on X, who just shared the link. Thank you, Billy. Thank you for that. Silas is on YouTube. Give him a follow. Silas Walker. I would hope that you check him out. There we go. I got his page. He's at 800-something subscribers. Give him a follow. There you go. Yep, 818. There we go. 818. He's legendary. He's in my Hall of Fame. Now he's more legendary. But good catch for that. There you go. Justin Parsley. Yes, thank you. Yep, Jordan Oliver. Thank you for that. Who else we got? F the Yankees. Well, we're a family station, but I understand the point. If there's Yankee fans out there, we want you to stay on Sportswire. But thank you, Ox, for giving us your usual Ox-like impressions. Follow the IMF on YouTube. Please hit a sub button for the IMF. Also, Zilla says the foundation is old news, but you know what time it is. You're here right now, so we ain't going there.
I mean, foundation's still here, so.
Yeah, you're here. The gang is here. The gang is all right. You know what? Where else we going to go? It's so cold. I ain't going outside right now. Yes, we love Silas. Thank you, Ox, for the things. By the way, a guy you shared a locker room with, or I guess a ring with, or I don't know what you call it outside in Summer Bash, Drago Dragon. I haven't seen Drake in a while on Sportswire.
I'm not Roman Reigns. You don't got to acknowledge me, but I'm all about respect, and I got respect for Gold Dragon. So
I love Drake.
I definitely had probably one of the best backyard wrestling matches I've ever had with him. So,
you know what? He is another guy like you, practically a pro. Speaking of people, you all pros to me. But you got the families in the house, you know that. Speaking of people, I got to give a shout out to the RCW champion, Nicholas Crenson. I hope you do show up to WC sometime. I'll be waiting.
Okay.
Does that mean he's going to hold the door for you, or maybe show you around, or no, something else?
I mean, he could hold the door for me, maybe. I mean, I'll just headbutt him.
Oh, thank you for that. I definitely don't want to kill you. I might be tired. Oh, he's talking about the streams. He did 3 streams today. For a guy that he's in your world wrestling, he did 3 streams. We were talking about this, and he did 3 of them. He did them like all back to back. You know, you got to space them out.
I've been thinking about diving back into streaming. I haven't done it for years, but with gaming and everything else, and
I think there's you know what? I know people love hearing me, and I thank you for that. But I think people would like to hear wrestlers. I know you guys had the inside the ropes, comatose.
Like I told you, Tom, when I had the idea, that's why that's one reason why I kind of want to start.
Well, I'm here. I'll give you. We'll do it every month. I mean, if I do it every day, people might want to tune in every day, but we'll do it every month. I'm good for that. I'll do it every month. I'm cool with that. That's that song. I'm cool with that. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da. Yeah, there we go. I'm not going to sing for the audience. Thank you, Nathaniel Rage. We're not going to do that quite yet. Yep. Send me Zilla. Well, we're going to talk to Drago tonight. Thank you, Zilla. We'll see how we're doing in a little while. Thank you, Zilla. Comatose can't wait for the new season of BTW. Yes. We got a lot of people here. I got to read. I can't read. No, I got that. There we go. Yep. Everybody's saying hello. How we doing? A lot of good things. I don't think there are butterflies, Drago. I think that's you craving a cigarette. Is that true? Craving a cigarette? And what brand do you smoke? Let's go with that. What do you smoke? You're a Marlboro man? You're a Count man?
Newport.
You know what? And my mother's definitely not listening to this. She would be mortified. When my dad was alive. Well, when my dad was alive, do you know what he used to smoke? This is a way back in the time machine before he changed over to the cheap stuff. Benson and Hedges.
That's something probably my dad or grandpa would be.
That was like, and you know what? He spent it was like the gold Benson and Hedges 100s. We're talking like they used to spend like $8-9 a pack on. That was what he smoked. But I have never smoked a cigarette. But you could smoke them for me, Drago. Smoke them for me. Keep the change. Speaking of people, Mr. James Taylor, a man you shared a locker room with, who was on Comatose's show, and he says he'd love to wrestle you one day.
I've definitely thought about that. I had a nice moment. I've had, I think, two moments when he came to
Yep.
Iowa to talk to him. Very respectful, very nice. I'd definitely be interested. It is a challenge accepted. So
Although I think
it's
Soldier and Anthony Steele are like, I got first.
yeah, I would have to try and get to him, I guess, before Steel or
Yeah.
Soldier.
Well,
So,
considering those two guys, and we're gonna leave that at that. But I love
wow,
James,
yeah.
and check James out on Comatose's podcast and ROEW, a company I think you who never know you show up to. Hello to James. I'm working the door whenever Drago is. I know the ring, yelling, "You got this, Drago." Is that what you said? That's what she says to you.
I look, when I'm in the ring, I'm the high chief. All right, so I half the time the chief don't even know what's going on. You know, by the time I
You
just
know, I
realized,
tell you what award you should win. You should win like the best dressed in wrestling. You're the most best dressed, I
well,
think.
it's just sad. So
No, I think it's still better than most of us. And Mr. Matsuda has another Samoan vocabulary for us. Maybe he'll explain it to me on Wednesday's show. Thank you for that. Let's make it happen,
appreciate
James and
that.
El Drago. Well, Dirty's in the chat. You know what time it is, and that would be awesome. James is
Look at
happy.
that. Look what you did, Taffy. Uso Taffy.
And Drago, you're honestly one of the most humble and sincere guys on the roster. Love you, Us. Very kind words.
Appreciate that,
Thank you,
Uso.
Johnny.
Appreciate that. Keep doing
Yep.
great work out there. Keep doing
And
what you're
don't
doing.
drink and don't have a
You're gonna be
and
out there.
don't have a glass of Johnny Walker right now. Dun dun. Mr. Yoshi, contact me, James. We can get this going. Well, there you have it. Hello, James. Greetings, Mr. Taylor. Hi, Yoshi. IMF website coming soon. Love that. Love to see an IMF website. Would love to see that.
Maybe IG got something going on.
Well, you know what? We got a bit to chat saying hello to each other now. We got Yoshi, James, and Ox saying hello to
We
each
got
other.
a real friendly chat tonight.
Well, they're waiting for also to me to say something. I will do that. No, it's a big announcement. But what's up, Abraham? Yep. Let's see. Ox, my man. Blessings to you. Hope
I mean, the
everybody's
chat's
holidays.
rambling. Can we get some hashtag spite? Hashtag spite going in the chats.
Larry Zabisco heat. Let's see. Okay, this is the territory thing. Ole Anderson got stabbed in the chest in Greenville, South Carolina in 1976. Fans aren't as crazy as back then, but you still got to watch your back. From one wrestler
Yeah. I will say that I'm not. Let me go back on what I said earlier.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm not too worried. I will say this. I'm always prepared. I'm always aware. And I'm always waiting and I'm ready. So if anything was to arise, I would be on the lookout for it. And that's for my opponent, my tag team partners. Like again, this is something we're diving into what fans would call kayfabe. So this is
yeah.
the order of the business that we're protecting and we are, loving and respecting. So
Well, I
as
mean,
fans, don't do that. Don't be dumb. Don't be the dumbass and jump in there.
I tell people that all the time. I said, don't do it. Just whatever you do, don't do it.
Just don't.
Send me a link. Well, we're way behind Zilla, so yeah, we're not going to see a link. But yeah, we'll send Zilla. I want to get to the people. Speaking of people, Anthony Steele, in caps locks. Okay, Joe Hendry, but we're on Sportswire right now. Rhino wasn't there. You believe in the TNA World Championship. So what is this here? Anthony Steele, a man that needs no introduction. Needs no introduction. He needs no introduction. He really doesn't. El Drago, the high chief of the IMF Shot at Glory briefcase holder. It's criminal that he hasn't got gold yet in IMF. Well, you want me to give you gold? Should I come for next episode and create gold?
Hold on. I'd say there's been a lot of good briefcase holders in WWE and other promotions. I say there's also been people like Edge and Punk who's held on to the briefcase for X amount of time. So yeah. I'm just waiting for the right opportunity.
All right.
The right moment.
Don't tell us here. You have a ton of people here.
No.
It's there. Anthony Steele and the spoilers. There you go. YouTube changed wrestling. Yeah, it's a good point. Very well said. Who else we got here? The chemistry of the House of Wolves on display in real time. But he put real. Get it? He put real. REELL. Like dun dun. Thank you, Dakota. Dakota is doing some training. She wants to get some training in with you. Let's be honest. Here, the House of, let's just say they're a name we shouldn't repeat, is made up all of members who have previously somewhere in the timeline have turned on the partners or just a group of snakes. Well, you know what? That might be snakes and arrows, but we'll leave off with that. And PR, I think he meant press. Justin
That's
Parsley.
Samoan flag. I think he tried doing
PR. Well, didn't quite work.
Oh no, maybe somebody else.
I don't know what he tried. He got his own imagination. Drago is the only one worth his salt in the foundation. I do like salt on my pretzels, by the way, for the audience.
Who salt? Like what?
I do like my salt on a pretzel. So he should really open his eyes. The wolves will guide him. Okay, next question. The beat is sick. Yeah, I did like the Matsuda song. Thank you for that. The wolves will guide him into the den and turn on him. He knows he's in good hands with the foundation. 4 up, 4 down. Thank you, Mr. Matsuda. It was a good intro. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it a lot more often. Thank you. Yep, go ahead, get a sub button for Mr. Matsuda. Song is awesome. Zilla's opened up her eyes. Okay, well, your eyes should be open to us on the chat. Follow Comatose. Who else we got here? Yeah, Yoshi was a good song. I'm glad people got a chance to hear it. I'm glad that we did that.
Also, Tom, not to cut off the chat or anything.
Yes.
I just started doing YouTube and stuff too. So if you want,
give me the YouTube link. All right, what's your YouTube handle? Give me the YouTube search.
At THC. Just do Il Drago. You can. I think it's that at THC the Simone Drago.
Oh, you know what? Perfect. Thank you for doing that because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You are in luck because there's a bunch of you right now. Do me a favor. Go hit that sub button for Il Drago. We have been promoting everybody else's YouTube channel. So if you got plugged tonight, you got served. Go sub to Il Drago's YouTube channel because you won't know what time it is. Yeah, go sub to his YouTube channel. You got a bunch of different things up on here.
I got more videos to upload, so just give me a little time. I'll get to it. So
we'll get him, and you go sub to his page. Do it because he's the high chief, and he's back here every month. And if you don't,
you're high chief.
No, I'm just a little old guy that's playing an AI version of me. But thank you. Yep, we love Yoshi. If he wasn't crippled, he'd love to wrestle in the IMF. I think that's a great idea, but he's crippled. He has a neck injury, unfortunately. That's unfortunately taking him away from competition, which is a tough thing. Speaking of people that want to see you, Judas, you just missed Judas because Big Man Cam was at Summer Bash, but Judas just showed up to the compound there right after you left, and unfortunately he got the scraps, but he's here. Mr. Evil.
Appreciate that.
We love Judas. He's here. Speaking of people, Anthony Steele on his own imagination. Foundation stinks. Drago, come to the house. This is not that show. Anthony Steele, this is not that show. Did you have problems with Brightside? He has problems with Brightside. Let's not go there. I still want to talk about what's going to come on here because we're going to do that. Jay Ryan, he's going to be a big topic on Wednesday's show, and he'll be wrestling in a Shiga Survivals match with a Shiga Survival Rules match with Yoshi Matsuda very soon. Both know. And Anthony Steele has Justin Parsley and Soldier GP in his icon. What's going on here? Thank you, Judas. Who else we got here? Coda got Drago to break. So why were you breaking? Was it something she said in the show, at the last show or something? Just doing her job. She said she was doing her job. Made you break. I don't know. What's good, Matsu? Not much. I think he being here on Sportswire is pretty good. We got 39 people watching. Seems like we're doing pretty good. Anthony Steele, Zilla stands with. Speaking of bitch, my guest coming up here tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock Eastern time. He was Big Tex. He's now Colton Lee, but he'd like to say what's good.
Mello, says, how you doing?
Good. Tune into him 3 o'clock. Who else we got here? He's the Heartless Sheriff, but for now he's Colton Lee. That's tomorrow's show. Silas Walker follow. How's everyone? We're doing good. Tom, I'm still in training. We finally get some girls to join. I'm praying we can start a women's division soon. Zella! Zella, there you go. Dun. I loved Winterfest. I tell you what, I can't wait to talk Winterfest next month. You very excited about CSW's Winterfest? Yeah. You got to check him out. Nexus, Uncle Larry tribute show with Mars. I can't wait. Very excited. I'm doing good and well. Nathaniel Rage is doing good. Very well soon indeed. Fingers crossed. Yep, Ox, feel better, and well, maybe we'll have you talk next time. Yeah, we got 20 people on YouTube right now. Yeah, you know what time it is. Zilla comes in peace. That's good. I don't think you do, Zilla, talking about the foundation. Yeah, she does talk a lot about the foundation.
Yeah,
What about what about Il Drago and Anthony Steele? What about that match? No comment.
That might be something.
There
might be something there. Me and Steele have bumped heads a couple times. We have. There's been times.
What else is new? He bumps heads with everyone.
He does have the United States title.
He does. He has it. And, that could be a matchup a lot of people might want to see. And Zilla doesn't like the Foundation and the Sinners anymore. Well, I don't even know what the Sinners are. Thank you, Dirty, for Dirty. I think sounds like he would be announcing his UFC streams on Facebook just there at that comment. Give Dirty a follow on Facebook, by the way. Yeah, make a sign. I don't care about what the people said about me. Okay, we hope you tune in. Follow Il Drago on YouTube. Bachika Baba. What are we talking about? We subbed. Thank you.
How do I?
Ever need filming for matches? Thank you. Matsuda has to go. We love that. Absolutely. And Matsuda's Wednesday night, 9:00 Eastern time. Please be here for that. Drago, Anthony, this is not that episode. Anthony Steele, always about Anthony Steele. He's always about Anthony Steele. Don't you know? He can't help himself. This guy cannot help himself. Shout out to that Coca-Cola. I can't wait when I'm done to have a Coca-Cola. By the way, 3:00 Eastern time, big text. Oh, I got to give a shout out to my buddy Ross Gallo. You know what? This is a good segue. One of my guys knows me for 15 years, goes way back from the world of politics, goes back from Brooklyn, Gravesend. Let me make the announcement here, because you know what? Obviously, you saw Rhino here on Sportzwire Radio, right? Rhino is here. Big moment, right? The man beast, the war machine, the last proper ECW world champion. But you know what? You thought that I couldn't top that, right? Everybody was like, you know what? You'll never get another WWE guy. It's all a farce. It's all AI. It's not real. Well, you know what? For those that are listening and watching here in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, how about that? This guy, Savio Vega, who, I don't remember. Didn't he wrestle Stone Cold Steve Austin? WrestleMania 12. Yeah. You know what time it is. He's coming to Sportswire Radio. And you know what? He's coming here Tuesday night, 10 o'clock, right after NXT. Don't tell anybody. I'll announce it, wink and a nod. But you know what time it is. Savio Vega coming to Sportswire Radio. And boy, did he have a lot to say. He had a lot to say, Savio Vega. A lot to say. A lot.
I'm looking forward to that one.
He's going to be here. Oh, he's going to talk about Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, he's going to talk about wrestling still. He's going to talk about the wars. He's going to talk about pretty much everything, and there'll be a big announcement in there. And, yep, Savio Vega, the one and only Savio Vega. And they talk about Sportswire. Sportswire this, Sportswire that, But here we are. The big boys coming because we're in prime time. We're on the brightest lights, the biggest stage. You wanted it. You built it. You built this platform. You got me to all those subs. Ross Galloway, you got me here. Silas Walker, you all got me here. You got Silas Walker. You got Savio Vega. You all got Savio Vega here. He's coming, and he loved Sportswire, by the way. Loved it. And he said he wants to come back.
Spike that like button.
Spike the like. Give us a follow. Tell your friends. You better be here for that. You better be here for that. And this Anthony Steele, try to take away from this historic watershed evening. You come on here, the high chief talk, Savio Vega.
Levels.
He's just, you know what? And you know what? I'm going to say it. There might be a Samoan coming to this platform. A big Samoan. Oh, a big Samoan coming here. I'm not saying who. I'm not saying which Samoan. But, you'll know him. Oh, you'll definitely know him. You'll probably sat at dinner with him, but but yeah, Savio was here. Yeah, speaking of people that are trying to ruin the evening, they're trying to ruin your. This is your moment tonight. Nolan McDermott trying to take away from Savio Vega. They're trying to take away
they trying
from
to take
Drago.
away from a legend, a soon-to-be legend, a soon-to-be Hall of Fame. I think he's a Hall of Famer, or soon-to-be Hall of Famer.
Well, you know what? You'll don't spoil it.
He deserves it. So
Oh, he does. He does deserve it.
Yeah.
He does deserve it. And this other guy was here,
Rhino too.
He was here. And Anthony Steele, I know he's been here. He's been here, but he has to make room. He has to make room for these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no room for error.
No room for error. Anthony, he has to change his ways. He needs to be more humble. He needs to
touch sand.
Yeah.
That's what he needed. He needed to touch some sand and play in the sand for a little bit and think about some stuff.
You think he should?
Or without the nose.
And apparently, Anthony looked to me, Nolan Money McDermott 2.0 to me. What would he know about New Year's vengeance? What would he know about it?
I would not know. I know according to time frame that hasn't happened yet. So I don't
know anything about that. I haven't watched the show. I don't know about it.
Not yet.
I don't know. These people's imaginations are just. And then there he goes, and he wants to tell people this. That's not nice. This is. We're trying to be bringing people together. Drago, this is.
I've also laid your ass out too, Steele.
Maybe he's a time traveler. What's with these people right now?
I don't know.
And thank you, Silas, for that. Soldiers here though, 404 down, brother. I still got my foundation. Even though I got my Anthony Steele shirt, I still got my foundation shirt.
Yeah, you still need a Drago shirt.
I will get. You know what? How do I get one?
I'll get you one.
You know what?
I gotta get you one.
I'll pay for it. We'll pay for it. Trust me, we'll pay for it. But Well, thank you, Rob. I'll do it. Trust me, my pleasure. Nolan, you ain't money. What do you think about that? He gets picked on, Nolan McDermott, so much. He gets picked on a lot.
Look, any competition is good competition. So either you can acknowledge it, you can respect it, either or. So that's how I look.
All right, well, we'll have to find out, but we are here for a little while longer, and Drago's been gracious with his time. So, what else is on your mind, sir? We spoke about just your journey. We spoke about different things, where you like to go, just being a wrestler, the experiences. But what else is on your mind here for the remaining minutes of the show?
I would like to say this. Outside of everything with wrestling and the fans and YouTube and all this stuff, we really appreciate the fans. We really appreciate the talent and everyone, the people that put the show together, the people with the cameras, the editing, the time frame.
Hard work, very hard work.
Oh yeah, well that's why I say I always appreciate Tom, because like I said, a lot of us, we do a lot of these things with our free time, is what normal people consider that. So like a lot of this takes time and dedication, and if you don't got dedication to what you're sophisticated.
If Ross is here, he knows. He knows. 15. He knows me since I'm a kid, 15 years ago, and the journey that I'm on to here. He would have probably he would have said me doing a stream. He would have laughed. He would have said, yeah, right. He would have said, so it's a grind, but it's like anything else. You get there, and if you get lucky, and you guys have had a lot of good things happen in the IMF. Yeah. We've been here. We have a lot of people here tonight, and it's like anything else.
It's always a pleasure, to step in the ring, entertain, trying to be not just a good wrestler, not just a good talent, but a good person on the roster, someone people not just want to wrestle with, but also want to get to know people, whether or not it's stepping in or out. Like if you're a fan and you think this and you think that, it don't matter. There's fans out there that I talk to that are like normal people. So It's just love all, trust few. So.
Yes, we definitely love everybody here, and I don't know. Listen, we're not going there. Whatever people want to talk about, I didn't see anything. I don't want to hear about it. So whatever it is, yeah, we're gonna do the Undertaker for this one here.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. Yeah, don't tell me about it. I don't want to know. Whatever it might be, if you saw something in this particular case, don't say anything because we haven't seen it. This isn't the show tonight, and especially after Thursday's show, all the stuff that we talked about on Sportswire, all the stuff that went on, just the whole back and forth with just the whole. I don't even want to go there.
Negativity.
Yeah, we don't need it.
Like we mind to the negativity, but we also don't like to because we feel with positivity. We love we love being positive with life. So.
But what was that? What was that song in Grand Theft Auto? If you played Grand Theft, was Ralph Tresvant. It's Sensitivity. We need sensitivity.
Yeah.
Remember playing the old Grand Theft Auto? We need sensitivity. Nolan Money McDermott is leaving. Also, yeah, I don't know why people are talking about him. And Anthony Steele continues to say, I don't know why Anthony Steele continues to do this. This is not that show. But
because I see it on the screen, and I read pretty fast.
Oh, good.
Mark your own words. How about that? Who's to say I do? Who's to say I don't? Who's to say
you got other things to worry about?
Who's to say maybe one day I don't do something historical? I don't know.
Oh, I think that, somebody did say, I think Ox said it. I think you're going to get gold. The gold is coming your way soon. I don't know when, but it's coming.
You can feel it sometimes, but this year is definitely going to be the year. I'm telling you, I touch gold. There's got to be.
I believe it.
There's going to be a way. The Chief is making some type of way to gold. So.
Yeah, and and while you're here, since he's picked up some new subscribers, do me a favor, go hit the sub button for him. And I'm going to give you 3 subs. I think I'm subbed to you. I don't know if I am, but you'll get 3 more subs regardless. You're going to get more subs now because I just gave you a link. Do that. And go hit a sub button for Il Drago. And next time he's here next month, we're going to put him as solo in the Hall of Fame. Remember when I said that in season 3 of the IMF Wrestling was going to be wild? Yeah, listen, I don't even want to talk about what's going on. First of all, you got the whole thing.
This year of IMF is going to be, I don't know how the hell I'm going to top Summer Bash this year. Because I did a lot.
Well, you guys are hosting Summer Bash this year, so... You guys are hosting it. Darkon's not doing it.
I know that. I know with the roster that we're getting and we have got going and the talks that I hear, it's going to be an amazing show. So if you're interested, I believe you know what to do. Get a hold of Tom to get a hold of IMF Wrestling.
Yeah, listen.
Hold of the talks.
I see that there's... Well, I want to ask you one more question before we go. I see that there's all these super shows being announced this year. I see there's a thing called the Riot in the Ring that's been announced. This guy, Chase Wakefield, Anthony and Omen and Soldier were talking about him. He's got a wedding invitational. I see Jovi's got ideas. He doesn't know when, but I mean, your name should be right there at the discussion with everybody else, right? You might go to some of these places if you were asked, right?
I'm humble.
So,
if people come to me and they ask, they want something, if they want a challenge, I'll think about it. But if people want the Dragon, all they got to do is get a hold of IMF, get a hold of me. I mean, there's a Facebook page, there's a YouTube. I mean, there's a lot of.
I can even just give people his page. It's pretty simple.
A lot of it can happen in Iowa. We can make it happen somewhere else, possibly. It doesn't, if it comes to shove, maybe I travel if I have to. So the Dragon, the Chief is always open. Or trying to be open. At least this year, that's the difference. Is I'm trying to throw in traveling in there. So.
I think it's interesting. I think you know what? I think the traveling is something interesting. I'm sure we'll talk about different things next month.
I'm also, at least as my part on the roster is IMF, leave my mark as not only just one of the only Samoans on the roster, but I'm the High Chief. Like I gotta leave.
And you're one of the only Samoans, and we're talking with Il Drago.
My home. I'm always gonna be there. I'm always gonna be a part of it. So it's like everything I do when I'm there. And me keep coming there, and I'm always going to be there. I'm going to leave everything on the line in that ring.
But you know what? You're one of the only Samoans in our entire circuit. That's why you matter so much. I think that that's why you are somebody, and I'm excited for next month's show. I'm excited. This was exciting. This is exciting. People are here, and this is Il Drago. He is the Samoan Drago. This is the debut episode of the High Chief Talks. He'll be here next month on Sportswire. I figured the same, was it the third Sunday of the month? We'll keep it at that, and we'll put him in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. And Anthony Steele continues to go on about things. I don't know why he's doing that. He has to worry about Brightside. Brightside wanted to talk about his family and his. I don't know why Anthony's doing those things. Mr. Brightside probably following him, maybe. I don't know why people. Thank you though for subscribing to that. And I agree with this. This will be the best year of the IMF. I really believe that the best is yet to come in the IMF. We really excited about the IMF. I love. Every month, I donate not one but 2 tickets, sometimes even more tickets to the IMF shows. I'm really excited about the shows. We love that. No, we love the IMF. I can't say enough. We thank Gary for his support. Yep. We thank everybody in the IMF just for the opportunities that they have given us. And I can't stress enough the importance of following the IMF, supporting the IMF. The IMF built the platform. I mean, they're the reasons we got Savio Vega. They're the reasons we got Rhino. They're the reasons we got everybody coming here. And there he is, Savio Vega.
Drago's here, so.
No. And I'm happy. You know what? This is the first show you really spoke at length. I think that's great. You've been here. I know you've been here at times.
I thought this would be a way people could not just, I guess, have a way to get to know the Samoan Dragon, Il Drago, but also get to know the chief, the high chief, the peek behind the curtain just a little bit, but you're still behind the curtain, so
I want to be behind the curtain. I don't want to be in people's curtain.
Remember, you're not allowed back here. No.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I remember as a kid, even growing up, when my mother would play with the curtains, and I was like, I'm going there. To that day, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, my mom did not play about her curtains.
Yeah, I really would like. To this day, in fact, it's funny. I don't even have curtains in my basement. Nope, where I record this. No, I'm because I just think of that all the time. And I don't know why Justin Parsley. Who are each of these emojis, Zilla? I don't know. Zilla put like 20 different emojis. Like she stands with the House of Wolves. She put a thumb, sunglasses, fist. She put, I think, a goat, king, queen, and a bunch of other things. Zilla.
I don't know, but that thumb is
Oh, you meant thumbs down. Oh, I see.
Spike.
But before we go, Il Drago, I know you're going to go, but there is a gentleman, and this is not this show. I hope that this gentleman, he really doesn't get any ideas, but there is a gentleman that wants to say a few words. Now, it's your show, it's your moment. It's your moment, but you want this gentleman to come on for a minute?
Go ahead. Yeah, I'm open to it.
We don't want Anthony Steele. We don't want any trouble here. This is the High Chief Talks. We're not talking about wrestling IMF. You do realize Savio Vega is coming to Sportswire. We don't want that stuff.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about that right now. All I give a fuck is about you, Drago. You keep talking about how you have that briefcase, bro. But yet you've had multiple opportunities to cash in, and you haven't. You haven't. Why is that? Is that because the foundations finally revealed you as the bitch that you are? Or is Drago just the same Drago that he was when he was with Ace? You got to hide behind someone else's back so that way you can have just a little bit of limelight.
Well, I'll tell you this, deal. Unlike you, the Chief's not worried about limelight. I'm worried about whooping ass in the ring and proving.
I don't got to worry about it. I am the limelight.
You want to be the limelight. That's the issue between you and me. You can't handle me getting the limelight. That's why you got to intervene and come in here. It's okay. I'm used to that. I like your work, but it's not too impressive. I will say this. It seems like you're more worried about me cashing in on your ass than me worried about you.
Well, because look, let me put it as simple as this. If you go to cash in on Omen, you're definitely going to lose. If you go, you don't really have a solidified tag team partner because the foundation is just a bunch of junkies that they find on every fucking statewide fucking trailer court. And then the only other title that you really have a chance of going after is mine because, I mean, no one wants to see another. Prince
Anthony Pro.
Achia
There you
versus Il Drago match. So
Well, he's a Midwestern States
no
champion.
one really wants to see another El Drago versus Prince Achia. No one wants to see that. But I like Coda. I like what Coda said.
Like I
What
said,
about
I
me
am
and
happy
you?
about the comment. It was on my mind. It is still on my mind. I'm not too worried about everything still. If you worried about it, we could talk about it. You know, there's a curtain. There's a place at Halo. We share a locker room.
Look, you're
But
the
I
one
will
that's
say
butt
this,
buddies with the
just to
fucking
double down.
GM.
To double down back on what you were saying, because Drago ain't no bitch, and there ain't no bitch in my blood. My mama ain't raised no bitch, and I'll let you know that. I think you know that every time we see each other in the ring, ain't no bitch in my blood. So if you want to get a rise, that's okay. You might touch the surface, but you ain't gonna get too much. But let me tell you something like this. Maybe I don't have to cash in. Maybe I can just keep building up on the rank on the roster, get a title that way, and then cash in on any title I want after and become the first Samoan to be I don't know, undisputed champion with the possibly United States and the world title.
See,
You ever
no,
think
no, no.
about that?
No, because the one thing that you got to understand is the house has shown y'all up. Just
See,
did you
the
see what
problem with the
happened?
house is
Did you see
eventually
what
I'm gonna tell you
happened at
this. No,
Winter
no, no, no.
Clash?
Hold on. This is the High Chief talking. Let me tell you like this, Steel. The problem with the house is you're gonna be the reason why the house starts crumbling. You know why? Because everything that I do is bigger than you. The cash-in's gonna be bigger than you. Me getting it gold's gonna be bigger than you. Shit, hell, House of Wolves is bigger than you. That's why you're always concerned about yourself, and eventually, House of Wolves ain't gonna be there no more for you, or you won't be there for them.
Hey, look, no, because my boys know that if they need me, all they gotta do is give me a call. It doesn't matter if one of them drops out of a match, they need me to pick up the
How
slack,
about
dude.
this?
I'll do
How about
double
this?
duty,
How
I'll do
about this?
triple
Your
duty.
boys,
I will fucking do the entire fucking show if I have to.
okay, your dogs, your boys, your homies. Let's say you wolves, right? Let's say a dire wolf comes along and starts taking order over your leader wolf. How about that? You know what a dire wolf is? You know wolves, right? You're a house of wolf. You're a wolf, right? You know what a dire wolf is, right? Maybe a dire wolf come through and start wreaking havoc, and y'all gotta fall in line to a new order.
Yeah, who's that gonna be?
I don't know. I'm just saying it could be a foreshadowing of events. So
Because it can't be you. Damn sure can't be Soldier GP. Not Parsley. Not fucking Dirty Donnie. Because every time that motherfucker hops in a ring with any of us, he gets fucking smacked up or fucking done up.
let me tell you this
So
like this, Uso. I'm not too worried about everybody in the foundation. I haven't even scratched all of the surface of Il Drago and everything Il Drago is. I'm only just now reaching to let y'all see who the High Chief is. So let me tell you like this. There's a very dark side of me that I don't like getting into, that if you do get into it and you do tap into this energy and touch, I will probably make you all, not just you, regret it. So
but
just
see,
know
that's the thing. That's the
it's not
thing.
just House of
Is
Wolves.
you've yet to reach your full potential, Drago. We've yet to see who Drago really is, but everyone knows who I am. Everyone knows what my potential is. Dude, I came in day one, won this bitch. Ever since, retained this bitch. And guess what? If you were to step in line, if you were to step in front of me and fight for this, dude, you get dropped just like everybody else, just like I'm doing to fucking Mr. Brightside.
We don't know about that yet.
Hold on. Here's a question. Here's a question I need you to go ask someone. Go ask your fellow foundation member, Mr. Sean Jovi, what it's like to drop to me not once, but twice. Because just as much as you got a dark side, I got a dark side. I got a dark past. Brightside wanted to bring some of that up. But let it be known, Drago, I don't care if you have to cash in that bitch or climb the fucking ladder to fucking get an opportunity. One way or another, we're gonna cross paths. And when we do, when we do, I hope you're ready. Because it don't matter if we're locked up inside something together. It doesn't matter if it's where we can go anywhere in Palo, Iowa. One way or another, I'm gonna get a bell to ring. I'm gonna get it to where it's just me and you, and I'm gonna get it to where the High Chief will acknowledge me and my legacy, and then maybe you'll fall in line with the house like the good little pup that you fucking are, and take orders from someone that actually knows how to win. Because right now, Foundation ain't got shit, and the house has everything.
Well, we'll certainly find out. And obviously,
You
if you
done?
want,
You done doing your little puppy talk shit? You keep saying I'm a pup, I'm a bitch, I'm this, I'm that. That's all you running the same game, A to B. You ain't got no C plan. I don't really give a shit about what you're saying still. If you're really concerned about me taking your title, just say that. Like I said, the Drago don't really got time
I'm not
for all your
concerned.
little bullshit games, your little mental games, trying to deep dive in and that. If you
I'm not
want, from the
concerned, Drago.
islands, I can find out a lot of things. Brightside ain't the only one who can bring up Dark Past. I ain't got to do that. I can do it in the ring. But since you want it your way, we can meet halfway and do it both ways. Maybe I'll talk to my fellow Foundation member. Maybe I'll see if Donnie can arrange something eventually. And maybe we can do something in the ring so I can show you how I'm not a little bitch like you, but I'm a fucking Samoan dragon ready for Kawa Uso. That's war.
well, I'll tell you what. We're
don't
very
understand
excited about that. That obviously is
Hey.
something we'd like to see.
I'll leave you with this, Drago. I'll leave you with this. I'm gonna do the one thing that Prince couldn't do. You see that? You see what you got in your hand right now? That's your legacy. That's your history. See, I don't want to take it from you to where you can get it back. If I get my hands on you good enough, I'm going to take it. I'm going to burn that bitch. I'm going to burn your legacy down. And I'm going to make sure that the world sees Il Drago crumble. And then you'll know
you touch these
that I ain't playing.
I swear to fucking God. I swear to tag.
Well, I'll tell you what.
soon,
If you
Drago.
are
See
here
you
for the
soon.
first time, Il Drago has a YouTube channel. Anthony Steele, you know what? He has had this habit of walking off. We're gonna go in a minute, but Il Drago, you know, that was uncalled for. Anthony Steele being Anthony Steele, definitely, like I said, not called for. This was the High Chief Talk Show. This wasn't about Anthony Steele and his usual Anthony Steele being Anthony Steele. That's what I do. That's what he does. That's what he does. And boy, does he do it. And yeah, Drago, don't let Andy Kaufman run his mouth. Well, he left. He said his piece. James Taylor is saying that, you know, we all, yes, you are our High Chief. You are our Tribal Chief. We acknowledge you. We definitely acknowledge Il Drago on this platform. We are definitely acknowledging every month as the High Chief talks. We are acknowledging him next month in the Sportswire Radio Hall of Fame. You better believe that. I don't know if I agree, James. The ratings have been up through the roof all night, and Steele has jumped from one faction to another. I don't know about that. Yes, and that hit that sub button for the Drago.
Hello, Soldier. Who was that, Soldier?
That was James Taylor.
How many factions has he been in now? Like
a lot in his career. He's been in a lot of companies, been in a lot of federations, a lot of companies. You know, he's been around. He's definitely, you know, experienced.
Flip flopper, that's what we call that.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the case. But you know what? He'll figure that out. He's got plenty of problems. He's got Mr. Brightside still. And if the time comes, it's you and Anthony Steele. I, for one, can't wait to talk about it. We all can't wait. But you got to hit that sub button before we go to Il Drago's channel, IMF's channel. And also, before we go, I got to put it out there one more time because this little guy named Savio Vega, he's coming to Sportswire. You better be here for it. Tuesday at 10. He's here. Just be there for it. I'm telling you.
Be there, be square.
Yeah. I'll announce it. Since he's been in the IMF, Anthony Steele has leached to Sinners. Then he's leached to the House of Wolves.
Yeah.
Well, who else is out there for him? Now, do you think Ace Diamond would take him next?
Ace is yeah, I think so.
And he's coming back. Anthony, we're gonna leave. Anthony, what would you like to say now? Would you like to talk to Savio Vega? Is that what it is? I mean, I'll let.
No. I just wanted to hop off for a minute and see his face. You see how his whole demeanor changed?
How did it change? How do you think? What did
You
you
see
think?
how your whole demeanor changed, Drago? I'm showing the world that even the Samoan Dragon can break.
Well,
And see,
well,
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Drago. I don't care about you. I don't care about your legacy or your history. The only thing I care about is my United States Championship and my boys in the house. That's it.
Well, when I hurt all your boys in the house and you're the last one standing there with your title a little loose around your waist and I snag it around your fucking waist and I start beating you with it, you start realizing that the Samoan Dragon isn't just a dragon. He's the high chief and he's got a means to obliterate, obviously, you and whoever steps in my way. And if your title's got to be something that's come by the reins or me cashing in, then obviously that's gratitude for my accomplishments.
well, I mean, we'll have to find out. Anthony, you are
No,
certainly coming back to
no. See,
Sportswire with a
you're missing the
vengeance.
point. You're missing the point, Drago. Is that same confidence is what Mr. Soldier GP had in Omen Black as being side by side with him.
Yes.
And I hope that you too see the truth of what's happening in the IMF. I hope that you hold on, give me a second. I hope that you see the 100% pure destiny of what the house is going to become and make of the IMF. Because we're not here to just destroy and take what we want. No, we're here to set an example of what really needs to happen in IMF. See, the one thing is, the door is always open for you, Drago. And when you see it, when you open your eyes and stop being blind to what the foundation is fucking feeding you.
Well,
Give us a
I'll tell
call.
you like this, Uso. That all sounds very appealing and very intriguing. But you're just threatening to burn my legacy and my traditional Ulafalas. So fuck
If you don't conform, I have no other
Fuck
choice.
you.
So we don't want to burn anybody's. All right,
and your law.
enough. We had
There
enough.
you go.
We don't want to spoil Mr.
And
Vega to
whether
change
it's
his
with the
mind on
foundation or
Tuesday's
by
show.
myself, it doesn't matter. The Wolves are gonna see that the Samoan Dragon stands tall with or without anybody.
Well, we're going to find out. I tell you what, we're going to find out. We're going to definitely find out because we don't want Mr. Vega to change his mind. We don't want that now, right? We don't want that. We don't want that other Samoan to change his mind now because Il Drago and Anthony Steele have decided that they're going to go and take desperate times, call for desperate measures. We don't want that, right? We want Mr. Vega to be on Sportswire. We want that other big name to be here. So we want to.
And I want to say one last thing.
Yes, please do.
Say one last thing.
And don't burn anybody's things, please.
And this is to someone in the comments.
Okay, who would that be?
Hey Zilla.
Yes.
Hey Zilla.
Yes. Zilla's here.
Listen, you hop on every fucking wrestler that you can to gain any form of fucking clout. So why don't you do the same thing that everyone else fucking does and buy a ticket to actually come fucking see me because you have a new favorite wrestler every fucking day of the week, just as much as you probably got underwear. So calm the fuck down. Hey, listen, one day it'll be Soldier, one day it'll be me, one day it'll be Drago, one day it'll be Comatose, one day it'll be Nolan fucking dumbass McDermott.
No, we like Nolan.
Zilla.
We love
Listen, Zilla. I'm tired of your games, man. You ain't a fan of me. You're just infatuated with me.
Well,
I'm sorry, but
Anthony, thank you very much. Zilla's a fan. Leave Zilla alone. We thank you, Anthony.
Anthony still already has his missing piece, and she's right behind him.
That, Anthony, that you have a fan. We love that you have many fans. We thank all of our fans that tune in. Zilla can do what she wants, and she wants to be a fan of yours and anybody else's. That's between her and her God. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was the High Chief Talks debut episode, Il Drago. The Samoan Dragon certainly said a lot. Anthony Steele, the most controversial figure in wrestling history. Let's certainly hope that Mr. Drago doesn't. Let's hope Mr. Drago doesn't change his mind for next month's show. Let's also hope Savio Vega is here Tuesday night. Let's hope Mr. Vega doesn't change his mind. We really hope he doesn't change his mind now because Anthony Steele's going after the fans.
We want him on Sportswire. Please don't change your mind.
Please don't change your mind, Savio Vega. We do appreciate you very much. And thank you, everybody.
At least we'll have a successful fucking Samoan on Sportswire. That'll be good.
Well, we do have another Samoan coming on soon, but we can't announce that one yet. But we'll stay tuned.
When I take your title, ain't that going to be successful?
Now, Anthony, if The Rock does want to come on Sportswire, we do want to be obviously calmer. Well, we don't know.
If The Rock comes on, I'll do the same thing to him. I don't give a fuck if he calls me a jabroni. I don't care if he wants to fucking sit here and eat Poo-Tang fucking pie.
We don't want that. All right, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a wonderful night. Now, this is where we're getting toward the witching hour. By the way, happy Martin Luther King to everybody. We certainly have a dream. We thank Dr. King. Anthony, we want to be like Dr. King. There is no more talk of what you just said. We thank Dr. King.
I don't want to be like Dr. King.
Thank you, Anthony. You're being muted. Dr. King, no, this is a serious moment. We thank Dr. King for everything he's done. We love Dr. King. We pray for him, and especially in this day and age, we pray for Savio Vega coming to Sportswire still. We thank the fans. We thank Anthony Steele. Just, Anthony, think about what you're saying about the fans. But until then, my name is the Reverend Tom Bryce, your voice, figuratively and literally, where all wrestling matters. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you want. On the number one, Global Radio, the Sportswire Radio, where all wrestling matters. Hit that sub button, and we will see